my book family, Nosipho Hani here, your host for the Boisterously Book Club. So, if you're a returning subscriber, hello! I hope you're enjoying it, and to those that are new, joining us for the very first time, please stop right now, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share. So on the previous episode, we actually announced which book we're going to be starting off with, and that would be Blessed Girl by Angela Makholwa. So, what I really loved about this book, guys, we are welcomed and greeted by a page that has vocabulary discussing the words that carry the themes of this book. Okay, so I'd just like to reiterate them for you. Blessing, a noun, God's favor and protection. A blesser, also a noun, a person who's usually male and married, who sponsors a younger woman with luxury gifts or a luxurious lifestyle in exchange for a short to medium term sexual relationship. And the origin, social media phenomenon in which young beautiful ladies posted pictures showing off opulent lifestyles and proclaimed themselves to be blessed. The source of these blessings was soon discovered to be from wealthy married men. Hence the term blesser was coined. Blessee, also a noun, a person, usually a female, who lives a luxurious lifestyle funded by an older, sometimes married partner in return for sexual favors. Example of use in a sentence. Mahal went to pay a deposit on the luxury vehicle that he had pre-ordered for his blessee, knowing that she would be pleased with the gift. Moreki, a noun, a person, usually male, who pays the bill at a social gathering in places such as pubs, bars, and lounges, and vicinons. Leads pecking order in social gatherings. Synonyms include the main buyer, the purchaser, or the sponsor. The example of use in the sentence would be, Lemuhang had to wait for the Mureki to first introduce himself to the girls before he could initiate conversation. The origin, township halls and bars, but the phrase was popularized by the hit song Skapora Mureki. Do not bore the payer. This song emphasized the need not to bore the buyer, as he had first dibs on major social engagements. Vicinons, an Afrikaans term translated to who sees us, used to describe a convivial social gathering held after a funeral of a deceased person to console the deceased loved ones. Usually involves large consumption of food and alcohol at a venue close to the deceased home. The synonym of the tears. Sfebe, a noun, a derogatory term used to describe a woman of loose morals, also used to describe a loud and rude woman. A yellowbone, a noun and an adjective, a black person who has a light or fair complexion, also refers to those who have artificially altered their skin to achieve the said complexion. The origin is American. An American term referring to extremely light-skinned black females who were usually of mixed race or racial lineage. It was adopted by black South Africans after certain celebrities began to undergo skin bleaching treatment in an attempt to be lighter or whiter. And then for the last word in our vocabulary sheet, woke, adjective, past tense of wake as in wake up. Description of someone who is past the point of waking up, one who can think of him or herself, a person who sees the way in which racism, sexism, and classism affects how we live our lives on a daily basis. The origin is via popular culture and social media. So let us stay woke. So remember we shared the reading schedule for you all to join us. And at the bottom of the reading schedule, we had discussion points, 4 discussion points. So what we're going to do is we're going to work from the bottom up. Okay, so the 4th discussion point was to discuss Bontle Tau's character. And if we look carefully from book 1, so those who have a copy of the book will see that Angela Makolo has split this book into 3 mini books, okay? She sectioned it like that. So let us start analyzing Bontle Tau's character. A 24-year-old woman who's originally from Mamelodi, now staying in Greyston Drive in Sandton, driving a very luxurious German vehicle, as she puts it. And basically she's gotten herself into this lifestyle of luxury, glam, everything nice, the finer things in life. And basically where that comes from is how she describes it. She says that when she was growing up, people would always admire her beauty. She says she's got almond eyes, honeycomb complexion, and people would always say, oh, wow, your daughter is beautiful. And she said this would be coming from older men. And she realized that, my beauty can maybe get me finer things in life. So she put this to test. You know what she did? So basically when she was still in school, she then didn't do her homework. She didn't care less about anything school related. And what she did was she used her beauty to lure the boys in so that they can do her work for her. What are your thoughts on this? Is it fair to really use your beauty for other people to do your homework for you? Are you then really saying that, okay, I don't have to do anything in life, I just have to look beautiful? Is this fair? What image are we painting? What are we sending across there? So before I even get into my opinion, let's carry on. So as Bontle grew older, she realized that really things are easily attained through her beauty. And right now, she even used her beauty to stay in Sandton. She says, we first introduced to her saying that she owns the place. And she then says, no, guys, do you guys really believe that I own that house? Let me just read it to you, just to show you the beauty of Angela Makolo's writing. Okay. I'm a little worried about the rent for my townhouse. I pay 20,000 Rand a month on that place, and that's excluding electricity and water. What do you mean? You thought I owned the place? Is that what you think I said? Guys, by the way, she really did say this. She said she owned the place. No. Don't get your facts twisted. I said I'm renting. But Papa Jeff promised to pay it off for me by the end of next year. So technically, I'll be owning it very soon. And for me, I love the style of, it's a conversation. It really feels like Bontle is telling us about her personal story, and as you see it, she says that Papa Jeff promised to pay off her place. So this then introduces one of the first blessers of hers, of Bontle Tau's, and Papa Jeff is only responsible for paying her rent. So Papa Jeff only gives Bontle 20,000 Rand on a monthly basis, and she also has someone else, and another person. Let's get on. Bontle Tau's inspirations are Donald Trump and Richard Branson. She loves to learn about money, and not only so, own it as well. Okay, that's not the only thing she owns. She owns 2 businesses, one being a hair business, and basically she needs some sort of funding, to grow and expand her business. So this then opens another opportunity to get another blesser, right? That's Bontle Tau's mentality. And to you young ladies, please, that is not the route to take. But before I give you my opinion, let us go back to Bontle Tau. We also introduced to Teddy Bear, who is the financial sponsor for Bontle. He pays her 15,000 Rand a month, to just go spend, buy toothpaste, as they say, toothbrush, sanitary towels, and stuff like that. But she wants something bigger. Remember, she wants the tender. So we know that Mr. Teddy Bear is a politician or is within the political space, and he's the one with control in terms of giving her the tender. So what she does is she literally says, okay, I know I want this tender, I know what I have to do, so I'm going to do it. And literally, she sleeps with him. And guess what? She gets the tender. As easy as it is. So what does that have to say about us? What does that actually say about our society? And that brings us to our next discussion point, which says the patriarchal society. Does it actually have an effect on our lives? And in my opinion, it does, because if more women were allowed to be in a place or position to make such decisions, it would save younger girls, because they would also know that I can be that next woman. I can be the woman who also calls the shots. And women will not now sleep with each other or anything of that sort. And it will actually assist in bringing down the HIV rates that are within young people because of the Blesser and Blessee relationship. But nonetheless, let us continue. What exactly is a patriarchal society? It's when men have full or majority power in political decisions. That's the best way that I can explain it. So you really can see that it is a big problem. We need to give women more opportunities to be the leaders, to be the decision makers, in order for us to actually stop this type of relationship, or not maybe stop it, but lower these types of relationship. Because I personally have met a young lady who unfortunately she felt like she had to be in this sort of relationship where she was the blessee, because she literally needed money to go to school, money to feed herself, because she didn't have anyone else to do that for her. So what do we say about girls who are going through these types of situations? Do we really blame them and say, you know what, you just want to live a lavish lifestyle when you're a blessee? Some blessees really feel like they have no other ultimatum, and they have to do it. This is the only way that they can get an income. Bear in mind that this girl was in high school, so that she couldn't really get a job out there. And it really, once I heard and met this girl telling me her story, it really broadened my eyes and broadened my knowledge and my emotions and my heart to be more understanding than judgmental. We do get girls like maybe Bontle Tau, who just wants lavish lifestyles, and we also get girls who literally are trying to survive, who are literally trying to take care of their siblings, because they are now the head of house at 14 years old. If you put yourself in that girl's shoes, what would you do? Where would you go? Let me know. Comment down below. So in book 1, we are introduced to about 4 blessers that Bontle has. Okay, so let me tell you the dynamics of the blessers. So firstly, there is her soon-to-be ex-husband, which is Ndorozo. Ndorozo is a medical doctor, and he's about to build a hospital. He's really excited, and she literally, when she finds that out, she's like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to this guy? Should I go back? I mean, he's building a hospital. He's going to get more money. With Bontle, it's about how much money can you give me, and how much money can I literally show off. So that's basically how she is. Okay, we then know Mr. Teddy, and Mr. Teddy Bear is the political man who gives off the tenders based on what you give him. Okay, nothing is for free. Always remember that, young ladies, there's nothing for free. If someone says, no, I'm just giving it to you, they are going to expect something in return. So always make sure that you calculate your decisions. Okay, and then we have Mr. Jeff, okay? So Jeff, remember, he is responsible for the rental on a monthly basis. Papa Jeff, he knows that every month, 20,000 went his account. Yep, that's it. Okay. And then we also have, guys, I can't believe Bontle Tau did this. Oh, but I know there's girls who do it, there's people who do it, there's guys who do it, but beats me. So what did she do? She literally slept with her best friend's partner. Poor Iris. Poor Iris. She slept with her best friend's partner, and guess what? He's Nigerian and he has an oil business, guys. So what does that mean? More money for Bontle Tau. So that's literally how she centers her blessings. We have to be talking about thousands or millions. I mean, Mr. Teddy Bear has set the bar really, really high by sponsoring millions for her business. By the way, what is her business? Hair business. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention, and I think it's because of how scary it is. Bontle is also sleeping with her uncle. To be exact, it's her aunt's, which is her father's younger sister's husband. She's having a sexual relationship with him. And to her defense, she says that, no, I've only known Auntie Mabel for about 3 years, and technically, the uncle and I aren't really related. So, I mean, we are physically attracted to each other. Why not? So that just shows you, the type of mindsets that people can house. And these are things we need to be addressing. And this is why paparazzi is here. We are here to have these discussions that why do people engage in such behavior? Because my concern is your health when you engage in such behavior, because you may contract STDs, STIs, which then obviously will impact your financial lifestyle, because now you have to be paying for medication, doctor's visits, and so forth. But anyway, just to wrap it up for the second episode, it has a sad yet really, really hitting home type of ending, and what happens is Bontle's mom calls her and says, Bontle, you need to come here soon, like right now, not even soon, sorry, right now, come home now, there's something happening. And Bontle goes, Mom, why? Mom, can't you tell me over the phone? You know how us young people are, like, Mom, tell me, text me, like video call me, why do I have to go there? But anyway, she eventually does get there, and her brother has gone missing. Her 14-year-old Hulikile brother is missing. And she then really, really gets starstruck, because she's like, no. Remember, her brother is really, really her baby. She loves her brother to death. And she's like, no, Hulikile, where are you? And they literally go about looking for him. And they find him in a, should I say, a drug house, trap house, as they call it. And he's literally in the corner consuming drugs. Guys, imagine like your brother or sibling going missing, and you find them in a trap house, on their journey to addiction. Imagine that feeling. Let me describe. Oh, I'm actually not going to describe it. Let me tell you what Bontle Tau was feeling. So at this moment, this is when she literally sees her brother sitting there about to consume more drugs. Okay. Khulukile, what the f***? What the hell are you doing in this hellhole? He just looks at me as if he doesn't recognize me, then starts laughing like a fool. I can see my mother handing the gun to Uncle Stan and coming over to my sweet little boy, my angel, my prince. Where did we go so wrong? How could he have ended up like this? And listen, remember guys, this is Bontle speaking. And my only comment for this is to everyone watching this right now. Don't throw stones while you're living in a glass house. Remember, Bontle's life is not as clean, and she's now asking, what have we done wrong? What is her brother doing? She's shouting and screaming at her brother. It's a Blessee lifestyle But either way, just because we sin differently doesn't mean we're not sinning. So be careful when you judge someone. Right, she goes on, I'm going to go right to the end, and she says, the drive back home is the longest I've ever taken in my life. It is the end of innocence for me and my family. The end of innocence for me and my family, just because she saw her brother there in the hellhole, not because she took a look in the mirror. Remember, guys, don't throw stones when you're living in a glass house. My book family, unfortunately we've gotten to the end of episode 2, so if you've enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Bukarati Book Club. And wait, don't forget to spread the word and spread love, not judgment, only kindness. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. This week's book shout out goes to Nosipho Cynthia Jele, The Ones with Purpose.